Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak English with Soul. I'm Emily.
And I'm James. We're really happy you're here.
Have you ever had that moment when someone asks you something really simple and you know the answer but you just freeze?
Yeah, like everything is in your head but nothing comes out.
You've learned English, you understand it, you've practiced so many times.
But when the moment is real, you still get stuck.
And it looks so small, right? Just one sentence.
But somehow it feels way harder than it should be.
And here's the thing. It's not because you don't know enough.
It's because something else is happening, right in that moment,
So today, we're going to slow that moment down.
and gently unpack what's really going on, so you can finally speak without holding yourself back.
Hey, can I tell you something I noticed this week? It's been stuck in my head a bit.
Yeah, of course. What happened?
I was talking to a friend of mine, Anna, and it was kind of strange because she understands English really well. Like, when I speak, she follows everything. No problem. But when she tries to reply, she slows down a lot. Like, there are these pauses, not just normal pauses. It feels like she's searching or checking something in her head before she speaks.
Yeah,
And the thing is, it's not like she doesn't know what to say. You can see it. The idea is there, but something happens right in that moment.
that moment right before the words come out.
Exactly. And then the sentence comes out, but it's kind of broken or delayed. And after that, she looks a bit frustrated. Like she knows it didn't come out the way she wanted.
Yeah, I've seen that so many times.
Really?
Yeah, and honestly, it makes a lot of sense.
That's what I was thinking. Because at first, I thought maybe she just needed more practice. But it doesn't feel like that,
No, it's usually not about practice.
right? It feels like something else is happening. Something in the middle of speaking.
And that's the key part. It's not before you speak, and it's not after. It's right in the middle of it.
Yeah, and that's such a weird place to get stuck.
It is, because that's where everything is supposed to be automatic.
Exactly. Like, you're not supposed to think too much at that point, right?
Ideally, no, but a lot of people do.
And that's when things start to fall apart.
Yeah, because now your brain is trying to do two things at the same time.
Two things?
Yeah, on one side, you're trying to express an idea, just naturally, like how you would in your own language. But at the same time, another part of your brain is stepping in and asking, is this correct? Is this the right word? Is this grammar okay?
Oh,
And those two processes, they don't really work well together in real time.
that actually explains a lot.
Yeah, because you're not just speaking anymore, you're speaking and judging at the same time.
And judging slows everything down.
Exactly.
Wait, so it's not that she doesn't know enough English.
Not necessarily. A lot of people in that situation already know enough to communicate
Then why does it feel like they're stuck?
because they're trying to be correct before they're even finished speaking.
Yeah, that feels familiar.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I've done that too. Like, I start a sentence and halfway through I suddenly think, wait, is this tense right? And then everything just pauses.
Yeah, that pause, that's the moment.
The moment where everything breaks.
Exactly. And the tricky part is, it doesn't feel like a big mistake, it feels small.
But it completely changes how you sound.
It does. It makes you sound less confident, even if you actually know what you're saying.
That's so frustrating.
It is, because inside you're like, I know this, I've learned this, but it doesn't come out smoothly.
And then after the conversation, you replay it in your head.
Oh yeah,
Like, why didn't I just say it that way?
exactly. And suddenly everything becomes clear, but too late.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, because when the pressure is gone, your brain relaxes, and now it can think clearly again.
But in the moment, it's like everything is blocked.
Yeah, because your brain is trying to protect you.
Protect you?
Yeah, it's trying to avoid mistakes, avoid embarrassment, avoid saying something wrong.
Oh, so it's not random.
Not at all. It's actually a very logical reaction.
That's interesting. Because most people would think, oh, I'm just bad at speaking.
Yeah, but that's not really true. It's more like your brain is being too careful.
Too careful at the wrong time.
Exactly.
Wait, that's actually a really important point.
Yeah.
It's not that you're thinking too much, it's that you're thinking at the wrong moment.
That's it.
Because thinking itself isn't bad.
No, thinking is great. Just not when you're trying to react in real time.
Right. Because conversation is fast.
Yeah, it's not like writing. You don't have time to stop and check everything.
But people try to treat it like writing.
Exactly. They try to build a perfect sentence before they say anything.
And by the time they finish building it, the moment is already gone.
Yeah, the conversation has already moved on.
That explains why some people stay quiet, even when they understand everything. Because they're still building the sentence.
Yeah, and by the time they're ready, it feels too late to speak.
Wow.
Yeah, and the more this happens, the more pressure they feel next time.
Like a cycle.
Exactly. A very quiet cycle.
Quiet, but heavy.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting, though?
What?
When Anna speaks in her own language, she's completely different.
Of course.
She's fast, natural, even funny.
Yeah.
But in English, she becomes careful, slower, almost like she's holding herself back.
That's a really good way to describe it.
It's like she doesn't trust her own voice anymore.
Yeah, and that's where the real issue starts.
Not in the language itself.
But in how she feels while using it.
That's actually kind of sad.
It is, because nothing is really missing. The ability is there.
But something is blocking it.
Yeah, and that something is happening in that tiny moment before the words come out.
That moment again.
Yeah, it always comes back to that moment.
The moment where you could just speak.
But instead, you hesitate.
And once you hesitate, everything changes.
Exactly.
So the problem isn't big,
No, it's actually very small.
but it happens at the worst possible time.
Yeah, right when it matters most.
That makes it feel much bigger than it actually is.
Exactly. What are you thinking?
I'm just realizing a lot of people are probably blaming the wrong thing.
Yeah, they think, I need more vocabulary, or I need better grammar.
But maybe they just need to stop interrupting themselves.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Stop checking while speaking.
Exactly.
But that's hard
It is.
because it feels risky.
Yeah, you feel like if you don't check, you might say something wrong.
And nobody wants that.
Of course not.
But at the same time, checking too much creates a different problem.
Yeah, it breaks your flow.
And once the flow is gone, everything feels harder.
Exactly.
So it's like you're trying to avoid one problem, but you're creating another.
That's exactly what's happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like this explains so much more than just overthinking.
It does.
It's not just overthinking, it's mistimed thinking.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Thinking in the wrong moment.
Exactly. And once you see that, things start to change a little.
How?
Well, you stop trying to be perfect in the moment.
And just speak?
Just respond,
Even if it's not the best sentence?
especially then. Because real conversation isn't about perfect sentences.
It's about staying in the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think if Anna could shift just that one thing,
Just that moment.
yeah, everything would feel very different. What?
I think a lot of people needed to hear that.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, the more I think about it, the more I realize something. It's not just about language, it's about control.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Like, when Anna pauses, it's not because she has nothing to say. It's because she wants to make sure everything comes out right.
Exactly.
She's trying to control the sentence before it exists.
Yeah, and that's where things get heavy.
Heavy?
Yeah, because now every word carries pressure.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just say something. It's say it correctly, say it clearly, don't make a mistake, don't sound stupid.
That's a lot to carry in one sentence.
It is, and your brain feels that.
So it slows down.
Yeah, it hesitates. It double checks. It tries to protect you.
But in doing that, it actually makes things worse.
Exactly.
That's kind of ironic.
It is. The thing that's supposed to help you ends up blocking you. And the more you experience that, the more you expect it next time.
So the pressure comes earlier.
Yeah, sometimes even before you start speaking.
Wow.
Yeah, it becomes a habit.
A very quiet habit.
Exactly. You don't even notice it's happening anymore.
You just feel stuck. And then you start labeling yourself.
Yeah,
I'm bad at speaking.
right, even though that's not really the truth.
It's just what it feels like.
Exactly.
You know what's interesting, though?
What?
People always say, just be confident.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really help in that moment.
No, it doesn't.
Because confidence is not something you can just turn on.
Exactly. Especially not when your brain is already in protection mode.
Protection mode.
Yeah, that state where your brain is trying to avoid risk.
So instead of expressing, you start filtering.
Exactly.
And filtering slows everything down.
It does.
So what do you do then?
Well, not what most people expect.
Which is,
You don't try to be more confident.
oh?
You try to be less perfect.
Huh.
Because perfection is what's creating the pressure.
That's actually very true.
Yeah, when you remove that need to be perfect, something interesting happens.
What?
Your brain relaxes a little.
And then speaking becomes easier?
Yeah, not perfect, but easier, more natural.
But I think that's the scary part.
What is?
Letting go of control.
Yeah, it is.
Because it feels like if I don't control it, I might mess up.
And you might.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. Messing up in conversation is normal.
Yeah, but people don't feel that way.
I know, because they're used to learning in environments where mistakes are corrected immediately.
Like in school.
Exactly.
So they carry that mindset into real conversations.
Yeah, but real conversations don't work like that.
Right. People don't stop you and fix your grammar mid-sentence.
Exactly. Most people are just trying to understand you.
So communication matters more than correctness.
Way more.
That's such a big shift.
It is, and it takes time to really feel that.
Not just understand it.
Exactly.
Because understanding is easy.
But trusting it, that's harder.
Yeah.
And that's why people keep overthinking. Because they don't trust that simple is enough. They think, if I don't say it well, it doesn't count.
Wow. Yeah.
But in reality, even a simple sentence can carry meaning.
Even a broken one.
Exactly.
So maybe the goal isn't to sound perfect.
But to stay in the conversation.
Yeah, I like that.
Because once you stay in it, everything improves over time.
But if you keep stopping yourself,
You never build that flow.
that makes sense.
And flow is everything in speaking.
Yeah, because when you're in flow, you don't think about every word.
Exactly. You just go.
And that's when you sound natural. So, if we go back to Anna,
Yeah.
what would actually help her?
Honestly, something very small.
Small?
Yeah, not a big technique, not a complicated method.
Then what?
Just one shift.
Which is?
When she starts a sentence, she finishes it without stopping to check.
Even if it's not perfect?
Especially then. Because that trains her brain to prioritize flow over perfection.
And over time, that becomes natural.
Exactly.
But what if she says something wrong?
Then she says something wrong.
And that's okay?
In conversation, yes.
That's still hard to accept.
I know, but think about it this way. When you talk to someone, do you focus on their grammar or their message?
The message.
Exactly.
So other people are doing the same.
Most of the time, yeah.
So the pressure we feel is mostly internal.
Exactly. It's coming from us, not from them.
That changes things.
It does.
Because now it's not about, they might judge me.
It's about, I'm judging myself too early.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big realization.
It is.
So overthinking is basically self-judgment happening too soon,
Exactly.
before the sentence even has a chance to exist.
Yeah,
That's kind of unfair to yourself.
it is.
You're not even giving yourself a chance to speak.
Exactly.
Hmm,
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, maybe people don't need more English.
Yeah?
Maybe they just need to give themselves permission to be imperfect.
Yeah, that's a powerful shift.
Because once you allow that,
You become lighter
and faster,
and more present.
and less afraid.
Exactly. And I think that's where real speaking starts.
Not when you know everything.
But when you stop holding everything back,
Yeah,
and maybe that's what Anna needs to hear.
that she was never really stuck.
Just too careful.
Hmm,
And once that changes,
everything opens up.
yeah,
Slowly, but naturally.
exactly.
I like that.
Me too.
It feels lighter.
Yeah,
Not like you have to fix yourself.
but more like you can relax a little
Yeah,
and just speak.
just speak. Maybe not perfectly.
But honestly.
Yeah,
And that's enough.
I think so too.